Hi everyone, good morning. This is Rita with RitaLongoria.com. I'm just going to wait a little bit to see if I have anyone that chimes in to watch what I have to say today. I hope everyone's having a blessed day. It's still kind of early in the morning. I still have to get my workout in. I'm home with my Anna girl, which is always a blessing. But as you come on, say hello, give me a thumbs up, tell me how you're doing. I would love to hear from you. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about, excuse me, I'm having problems with my allergies today, so I kind of have that voice feeling of I drank too much dairy, but I don't drink milk. But anyway, today I want to talk a little bit about, are your children being bullied? Do you pay attention to their cell phones? Do you monitor their texting? Do you monitor their social media? Do you monitor their behavior? And I don't mean monitor as in hovering. I just mean as a caring parent. It's important that we take the time in our busyness of our days. My husband works outside of the home. I work in my home or out of my home. And we can get busy and we need to get our workouts in and we need, to get dinner done and the house done. My husband does the yard. He loves to wash the cars, and we can get really busy in our routines and we can really get busy in our life that sometimes we might forget to say, hey, whatever your son or daughter's name is, or whatever your son's names, or whatever your daughter's or names, I don't know however many kids you have, but it's important that you ask, hey, how was your day? How are things going? When my husband gets home, what I love about my kids is they ask him, Dad, how was your day? How many cases did you have? Were you busy? How did it go? I mean, they show interest, and that's because it is what we do in our home, and so they're learning it. It's a learned behavior because my husband and I take the time to do the same with them. Manny just started a summer session for TLU, and so he's gone all day, and that's kind of new for me, where I'm used to having them home in the summer together, him and Anna, and so he's gone literally from the time he gets up in the morning. He gets up around 6 and he's gone by 7:15, and so we don't see him until literally maybe sometimes 7, sometimes 8, and that's because he gets his workouts in and things of that nature. But when he gets home, even my husband and I, we stop to say, okay, how did it go today? Tell me, how were your classes? How is the professor? What did you learn? How was your workout? What body part did you work out? And those things are important. Let me tell you why. Because if we allow life to keep us so busy that we don't invest in our children, something could happen and we could miss it. They could be being bullied. They could have stressors in their lives. Just because they're kids doesn't mean that they don't. And if we don't invest in them, if we don't literally sit down and ask, hey, how's it going? Let's talk about it. And I'm going to give you an example. I'm not going to give you details, but my son was able to make it home a little early yesterday. He got his workout done. It was Monday. He finished everything he needed to finish at college, and he got home probably about 2 hours earlier than we're used to him getting home. And I could just tell in his face, I'm a very involved mom, and so I could just tell in his face that he had something heavy on his heart. And so my husband was watching the news, and when I asked him, hey, sit down, let's talk about your day, what's going on? And his eyes were sad. And so then my husband could also see that something was going on. And so when we sat down and talked to him, he just kind of shared a little bit about his day and something that happened during the day. And so we were able to just share with him our point of view as parents. And I was able to share with him things from a woman's standpoint and in my relationship with my husband and how I dealt with some of those issues. Hi there, how are you? I hope the baby's doing well. Anyway, so I was able to share with him myself and how I do things myself, and how I handle things early on in my relationship with my husband and how I handle them now. And so it was just really awesome to see him just kind of soak that all in. And I always point him back to God, because even though he has Manny and I to share with him and guide him, it's important. The important factor here is that we put Christ in our home, that we put Christ in our decision making, that we put Christ in our daily walk. And so then he took what we shared with him, and he used it in the situation, and then he was a different child by the evening. And I just thought that was awesome. And it was nothing that I did or anything that my husband did. It was just that we took the time to invest in listening to what was going on. And so I want to encourage you as parents, no matter the age of your child, hi Carolina, no matter the age of your child, if we are not careful, we get busy about our lives, that we might lose sight of something that's really going on in their lives. And pay attention to their personality, pay attention to how they look, pay attention to how they walk, how they talk, pay attention to their rooms, and you will really stay on top of things if you notice those things, because it's important, especially in today's society where there is cruelty, where there is bullying going on in every aspect. Bullying is going on in the elementary schools, in the intermediate schools, in high schools. And one of the things that I shared with my son was that it's important that he not be one to either participate in bullying. If he sees it, that he needs to counteract that by saying, you know what, I'm not going to participate in this and I don't agree with it, and help the guy out or help the girl out. I say the same thing to my Anna. Don't be the bully. Don't allow bullying to go on. Don't participate in it. Don't facilitate it. And do something, step in. I don't mean fist fighting. I just mean saying, hey, this is not okay with me. This is not okay. We're all here together, whether it's a teammate, a classmate, a college mate, whatever. I hope this is making sense to y'all. And as a mom who is very grounded in my faith, I believe that God calls us to be stewards over our children. And part of that is to monitor their coming and going. And so invest in them. Stop your busyness of your day. Sit down and talk to them. In the morning, we pray together. They do their devotions. They go about their day. At the end of the day, we come back together as a family, and then we talk about what our day was like. It doesn't have to be an hour. You know, it can be 15 minutes. It could be 20 minutes, whatever. But it's important, because then our kids go to bed knowing that we care about them and that we love them. And when they wake up in the morning, they know they can conquer whatever comes their way. So invest in your children. Love on them. Let them know you care. Listen to them. It doesn't matter how old they are. They have real hurts and real concerns. And if we as parents will invest in them, then they will do better. They will do better in their studies. They will do better in how they communicate with people, how they handle their adult life, because now my son is 18. So I hope this is of value to y'all. I hope that this helps somebody. Maybe there's somebody out there struggling and really didn't know how to deal with it. Just confront it. Talk to them. Let's set up a plan. Let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do. Encourage them. Lift them up. And that's what we do in our home, and it really works. And so I hope that you guys enjoyed my live broadcast. Until my next live broadcast, subscribe. If you have any questions, if you've got any value of what I had to say, send me a message. If maybe there's some struggles that your kids are going through and you want to share, I would love to hear from you. I would love to connect with you. You can private message me. And I hope that you have a blessed day. Hi, Gail. How are you? Beautiful. And I just thank you so much again for listening. And I hope that today is just amazing for each of y'all. God bless.